All right. Well, you ready to start our day, Rocky? I'll take that as a yes. Yeah? We're ready to start our day? Okay, let's start our day, okay? We'll do that. Oh my goodness, Rocky. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to go outside. It's a beautiful day. And when we go outside, I'll feed you, okay? I will. I will do that. You'll see me doing that and you'll know I did it. You'll tell everybody. There's a big bug flying around there. Hey, what do you think, Rocky? He's quite a cat, I'll tell you. Hey, you're quite the cat, you are. Will we go outside? Hey, let's go outside and open up the refrigerator. Oh, our door's going to close here. We don't want that to happen. Okay, here we go. He sees I've got his food here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. You can't stand there because you'll keep me from coming outside. And if I can't come outside, how am I going to give you your food? Huh? Tell me that, smarty pants. Hey, tell me that, smarty pants. How am I going to give you your food if I'm just standing in the doorway? Boop, boop, boop. Rocky needs his breakfast, eh? His second breakfast. He hasn't had second breakfast yet. He's had first breakfast and he's had first and second naps after first breakfast. But that's about it. You're beautiful. I love you. You remind me of the olden days when we had cats everywhere. Yes, they were just everywhere. They were on the credenza, and they were under the couch, and on the couch, and on the bed, and under the bed. They were in the bathtub and in the sink. They were just everywhere. They were in the chifforobe and on the chifforobe. I just wanted to say chifforobe there, so I made a point of using that word in a sentence. Yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness, Rocky. Now we got to untarp everything. Oh my goodness, here we go. Untarping the refrigerator. Here we go now. Oh, how much power do we have left? And we're at 33%. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it's going to need to be recharged soon. But that's okay. There are worse situations we have to contend with than that. Okay, this is recharged to 100%. Alright, you. I'll be right with you, my friend. Alright. Well, I'll tell you this much, my friend. My friends out there in YouTube land. I'm glad to have this recharged because this is the main one I use for my lights. So that I'll have lights in here. See that? That works good. Alright. I bought 2 of those. Of course, they've improved them, you see. So I bought a package of 2 of those power banks, and only one of them works. But it's improved, you see. That's much better than it used to be when you'd buy 2 power banks and they'd both work. Yeah, it's just like with vehicles now. They're better than they ever were, apparently. From what I can see, they're just a lot more expensive and a lot more expensive to operate. They still break down. In fact, they seem to break down more than they used to. And they seem to also have... and when they break down, they cost a lot more to fix. And they're really not that good on gas, despite what people say. Modern vehicles really aren't that great on gas. The best car I ever had on fuel, believe it or not, was a 1947 Dodge. I never seen a car sip fuel like that thing did. You know, a tank of gas would last forever. And the tank itself was smaller than a modern gas tank, too, so it didn't take as much to fill it. and it would just last forever. Took a long time to burn a tank of gas in that 47 Dodge. Anyway, let me go back in and get Rocky's bowl. Oh, there he is. He's checking out things over there by his box. Rocky's box is slowly collapsing because it's been rained on so many times. It's held up pretty good, all things considered, but it's still not in great shape, really. All right, now. Yeah, we'll give you food. We'll give Rocky some nice food here. We will. I'm going to go this way. I do. Got to go right over here now. Okay. I've got 2 tins of food in here. Let's get rid of what we already have in here. I opened that one this morning. It's nice and cool in there. There's our thermometer. This is from an old 1950s fridge. And I saved it. Okay, get out of there. And it has the thing there, the safe zone and all that. Okay, you, get out of there. I can't close the door when you're in there. Yeah. Hey, I can't close the door when Rocky's got his head stuck in the refrigerator. I'm getting you some food, sweetheart. I am. I'm getting you some food, honey bunny. Yeah, you're going to eat. You're going to eat like a friggin' king, I promise. And you are a king, too. You're King Rocky of Camp Crazy. That's right. And that's an important position, I'll tell you, to be the king of Camp Crazy. Al Waxman was the king of Kensington, you know. That was a Canadian TV show back in the 70s and early 80s. King of Kensington. And Al Waxman was a Canadian actor who played the star of that show. He was the king of Kensington. Anyway, it was about some guy that ran a variety store in Kensington Market in Toronto. Anyway, it wasn't a great show, really. I think it was one of those shows that was heavily subsidized by the Canadian government in order to adhere to Canadian content rules. You used to see that a lot back then. Really awful shows. There was a show back then in Canada, well, back in the early 70s more so than the late 70s. I don't think it was on anymore by the late 70s. But I remember this show. It was called The Trouble with Tracy. You want to talk about a dog of a show. It was horrible. Although the actress who played Tracy was actually quite pretty. She was nice to look at. But other than that, it was pretty bad. It was. The actress who played Tracy actually looked a lot like, I can't remember her name now, but the actress, Elizabeth Montgomery, that's who. She looked a lot like Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Samantha on Bewitched. The woman who played Tracy on The Trouble with Tracy actually looked a lot like her. Very pretty lady, but terrible actress. Just awful, you know. Anyway, oh my gosh. But yeah, we had a lot of shows like that back then. We did, because the government had all kinds of rules about Canadian content. And so basically, if you were a Canadian producer and you produced anything at all that they could put on television, no matter how bad it was, the government would pay you to do it. Because so in order so their rules could be adhered to, and there'd actually be Canadian content to put on television. So what that meant was we watched a lot of just awful shows that were paid for with tax dollars. Every con artist and his dog who claimed to be a television or producer or whatever could get a big payout from the government just for producing any kind of claptrap. As long as it was made in Canada, it was all good. Anyway, yeah. What a crazy world we live in. All right. I'm going to take one of these raisin drinks here. Grape. You know, I was looking at the French side of it there. All right, now I'm going to need to charge up my my power bank. I am too. We'll have to do that because I want to use the the toaster oven because I got a couple of free pieces. I think either 2 or 3 pieces of pizza in here that I want to charge up. So yeah, okay. I'll put all this stuff down here for now because I need access to the top panel here. Because inside the top panel, I have my charging cord for the power bank, which is really just a standard computer cord you'd have if you have a computer tower in your house or whatever. That's all it is. It's the same type of cord that's used for that. So when this cord is no more good, it will be easily replaced. All right, now we have to fire up the generator now. When you have good gas in this thing, it fires up really easily. It does, yeah. And the high test gas, the real high test gas that doesn't have any ethanol in it, is the stuff to have. It's hard to get it now in Canada, but there's a Shell station in the town of Perth that sells it. I'm going to have to fill both my cans today. I think I'll go to Perth and I'm going to try to have a shower. Hopefully there won't be anybody just hanging out in the washroom for the day like there was last time. And I'll have a shower and I'll go around to the Metro store and I'll get more of my pop that I like, my grape pop there, and I'll also get